One Piece chapter 1157, it is titled Legendary Bar. The cover page continues with Yamato visiting someone's grave, and apparently this hero died protecting Ringo from Kaido, and there was no trace of his body left alive. Now, y'all know how One Piece is. Potentially this person could be alive. I mean, we saw Pell back in Alabasta. My boy got nuked, ended up surviving that. So if there's not a body found, this person very well could be alive. One Piece does this at times. But with that out of the way, let's get into chapter 1157's breakdown. The chapter starts off with the Rocks Pirates. They are stealing from the International Charity Sanctuary, which I'm actually not sure if this is around in the current story or not, but regardless, they have a lot of money, and typically they receive it from donations, and the money that is being stolen, it was meant to be donated to poor children. And Big Mom, she has a point here, because if that's the case, if this money was truly for charity, those that needed it, well, why the heck haven't they sent it off yet? Personally, I don't think that they necessarily have this noble reason for keeping the money, but well, it's probably way better than being in the hands of the Rocks Pirates, because who knows what they're going to do with it. In this panel, there's Wang Z, Big Mom, Barbell, Don Marlin, Shakky. They're booking it. They got explosions ready. They're ready to get up out of there. Apparently, some of the crew, they didn't make it. They were still below. They hadn't escaped. Whitebeard, Kaido, Silver Axe, they're sitting here calling like, hey, they don't blow it up yet. And then Shakky, he let the bomb go, was like, fluff it. That means we get more of a cut. Let's be honest, after everything we've seen in One Piece, do we really expect a bomb, especially a regular sized one, to take any of these characters out? No. And lo and behold, Whitebeard, he goes into action because the island appears to be sinking and an earthquake's happening all at the same time. This is the work of the Gorogoro, meaning the power to destroy the world. The temple gets buried, Big Mom, Stussy, and the other members, they're losing their footing. They're getting ready to start falling, all just for Kaido and Whitebeard to walk out unscathed like nothing just happened. Where the two of them are having a conversation, and Kaido, he actually acknowledges Whitebeard, saying that he's jealous that he doesn't have a devil fruit, that he can't do the things that Whitebeard is doing. Not having a devil fruit, it's a double-edged sword, because yes, it gives you this immense power and you're pretty freaking broken, but also you lose the ability to swim. And then on top of that, you could get a poopy power like the jacket fruit or something like that. So that's why some characters, they choose not to use it. You got even strong people like Shanks and Zoro who don't have devil fruits. But in the end, we know how Kaido got his devil fruit. That's the path that he chose. His fruit was at God Valley. Big Mom stole the fruit from him, and then she ended up saying, I believe in Wano, that she saved his life by giving him the fruit. Obviously, with a scene this massive, the Navy isn't gonna sit quietly, and they pull up on the Rocks Pirates. It's time to plunder and sink everyone. Now, I've already made a video about this a little bit, but Rocks, he is on a legendary run because it's only been 2 years since this group has formed, and his resume, it speaks for itself. I gotta list them off. It was 16 recorded raids, 76 sunken ships, 14 ports burned to the ground, 5 towns leveled, 1 kingdom brought to ruin, 3 special violations of Article 18 of World Law. I have no clue what that is, but he did it. And lastly, 25 crimes that were completely covered up. People need to realize that Roger, he was still sailing the seas at this time, so it's not an overstatement to say that this is Rocks' era. Rocks was 100% the better pirate. I am convinced there is no way in hell that anything else could come out that convinces me otherwise. The literal only thing that stopped him was the infighting with their crew and what happened at God Valley, causing his defeat. And well, we'll talk a little bit more about God Valley later in the video, but we know that Roger and Garp, that they teamed up, but I feel like it was a lot more than that. Similar to how we found out that the Holy Knights, there were different slaves like Kuma and Vunkov, that they were there as well. I think there's something that's missing. The story cuts to Inishi as Harald was on one of his excursions, and this island, it is a lawless territory. The world government, they get to do whatever the fluff they want with this country. Now, we know a few chapters ago when Elbaph was suffering from a famine, there were several countries that assisted, and Inishi was one of them. Obviously, with this country being an ally assisting Elbaph, Harald, they are in his debt, or he's in their debt. So he's going to try to do everything in his power to assist them. The problem is Harald's in a tough spot because Elbaph is currently under consideration to join the world government. So if Harald was to come there and assist the Navy, then, you know, it would be all fine and dandy. But if he's opposing, it would hurt his membership bid. All of the hard work that he put in would be all for nothing. And then this NPC ended up shooting a random civilian, and Harald lost it, ended up chopping up the ship, went rogue. And well, you know how it goes with Morgans and just the media in general. The narrative is always going to be in the world government's favor, said that the Harald was the aggressor, making him look bad in this situation. But if you guys enjoy regular One Piece content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on a new video. I pump out different One Piece content almost each and every day. We're back at Ida's Tavern, and eventually Harald and Xebec, they frequently meet each other here because obviously with the reputation that Xebec has, Harald cannot let that dude into his castle. Xebec, I give him credit. He is so persistent. He's still trying to get Harald to join his crew, comparing himself to the world government. It's like, you don't want to join them. They're corrupt. To which Harald's like, yeah, they're corrupt, but what organization isn't corrupt? There are still very good Marines out there like Garp who try to help people on a daily basis. And shoot, some of the giants, they've already joined the Marines. So it's only a matter of time before Elbaph becomes affiliated with the world government. We then cut to Navy HQ. You got Garp, Suru, Kong, and Sengoku. They're discussing the situation with the giants. They're so massive, and their strength, it literally sways battle. So Garp's like, well, duh, it only makes sense that they should join us. I don't know why this is such a big deal, but obviously Kong, it's over his head. He's only an admiral. So the world government, I don't know what they're on. I don't know why they haven't decided to allow them to join, but they need to make a decision fast because Rox has been trying to recruit them, and if the giants go against the world government, it could be a problem. Breaking news is spreading around the world, and apparently Shakky, she quit being the captain of the Kuja Pirates. There are so many down bad people, so many down bad pirates that fell to their knees. Some of them literally went out to sea just so that they could see Shakky, just so that the Kuja pirates could board their ships. You mean to tell me y'all became criminals willing to get arrested just to get a look at her? Just look at the wanted poster. You don't need to see her in person. She looks beautiful enough. I've never seen motion like this. I thought Boa Hancock got a lot of love. I ain't never seen something like this. It's not just the guys that are reacting to it. It's Gloriosa and Big Mom as well, which Big Mom, she ended up making a comment and confirming that Gloriosa left the Kuja Pirates to chase Roger. I love Gloriosa. She ended up retorting, you know, getting a little jab back at Big Mom. Was like, well, you're a hoe. You be cracking out freaking kids like you're popping popcorn, and there's Oven, Daifuku, and Katakuri there in the room. Somebody cover their ears. They don't need to know their mom fast like that. Miss Lucy Goosey. While Rox and the other bigwigs were away from Hachinosu, apparently Shakky, she arrived at the island. She's not there to join the Rox Pirates, but she's simply there just to live because, yes, she quit being a pirate, but that doesn't mean that the Marines are going to stop going after her. She can't necessarily live a quiet life. So what better situation than to stay at the heart of piracy, to stay where the person that is ruling the era, Xebec, where he lives. Shakky ended up building her first ripoff bar similar to the one we saw at Sabayoti. It's here at Hachinosu, and it is so popular, the waiting list just to get in, mind you, it's over a month. People like Rox and Whitebeard had these hard eyes looking at Shakky. So the people that be slandering Sanji, saying that he can't be top tier because my boy is a goon warrior, that he just be simping, well, you got it wrong. I want to take a look at this panel and read it word for word because this could have a very big implication in the story, specifically God Valley. Now, it states, in time, she would become an irreplaceable treasure to the pirates who made this island their home. And what is treasure if not something that can be stolen? Was Shakky the crown jewel that was stolen from Hachinosu and brought to God Valley, causing the entire incident? In chapter 1096, Garp mentioned someone stole the treasure from God Valley, so of course they steal it back, making her, well, at least what we presume, making Shakky indirectly the cause of the entire God Valley incident, because obviously her being stolen, being that treasure, was a big deal, but we didn't know that there was that hunting gang, the celestial dragons, the holy knights, the slaves, all of them were involved as well. If you guys did not know, in Greek mythology, Helen of Troy was the most beautiful woman, and she was the indirect cause of the Trojan War, and Shakky could play a similar role for God Valley. We know that love is a hurricane and it can lead to a lot of different incidents, and this would also explain the different dialogue between Roger and his crew when they arrived at God Valley. Roger stated, "Do you have any idea how I felt this past year?" Obviously with Shakky's retirement, leaving, we know that Roger was a simp for her too. Gabon said that Roger can't use the captain card and call dibs. Once again, we know that the entire crew was simping over her. The only person that didn't react was Rayleigh, and similar to a few chapters ago, Rayleigh didn't react to Shakky then. With the motion that Shakky has and how it turns even top tier characters, humbles them, it would not surprise me if she was, like I said, one of the main reasons that God Valley happened in the first place. Now the chapter ends with the Gorosei discussing whether or not Elbaph can join the world government, and they're like, okay, you can join, but the warriors of Elbaph, they have to kill rocks. And we know that the Holy Knights talk about the different blunder that Harald had, and I wonder if this was it. We know that Harald and Xebec, they are somewhat friends, they have somewhat of a relationship, so obviously Harald, being the type of guy that he is, he's not just going to kill rocks. And so I think that this potentially caused Emu to take action, trying to forcibly submit the giants under their rule, and then we know all what happened, that Loki ended up killing Harald to prevent all of this. But that's it for chapter 1157. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is on the screen and the description below. And don't forget to unleash your potential.